Welcome to the future of travel, Agent Appreciation. My name is Devin Kanaz and I'm the publisher of Travelweek, a media company dedicated to getting travel agents the information they need. And today we're going to be giving agents the appreciation they deserve. Travel is booming again, and travel advisors have never been busier. After years of the pandemic and quite tough times for our industry, it's great to see that travel has bounced back so strongly. But it doesn't come without its challenges. We now have labor shortages in the Canadian market, so a lot of agencies are understaffed, and that means travel agents are working overtime and super hard to, make their clients' dream come true. Today, Travelweek and all of our partners today, we want to say a big thank you, and we want to say a big appreciation, and we want to, give a big pat on the back to all the travel agents out there who have been working tirelessly and serving their clients and sending people to amazing places around the world. As many of you know, this month was Travel Agent Appreciation Month, so we're kind of piggybacking on that. And in fact, one of the guests we have today is the president of the agency in Saskatoon that started Travel Agent Day. So we have many exciting guests for you here today. It's going to be informative as well as fun because I have a big job today. I'm not doing any interviews. I'm not doing anything like that. My sole job today is going to be giving out 100 prizes. Yes, you heard that correctly. We are going to be giving out 100 prizes today. So I'm going to be popping up on your screen every few minutes to give away another prize. So please enjoy the show.
Hi, I'm here with Jamie Melton, who is president of Uniglobe Carefree Travel in Saskatoon. Welcome, Jamie.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
Now, your agency started it all. Your agency started Travel Agent Day more than a decade ago, I think, and it is now celebrated, in different parts of the world. It's incredible how that came about. Can you talk to us about Travel Agent Day, what inspired it all those years ago? Any background you can tell us would be really fascinating.
Yeah, absolutely. So we always had suppliers and different vendors that would come in and congratulate our staff on Admin Assistance Day. And my business partner at the time, Colleen Lorenzen, and myself, we always felt that travel agents did so much more than an admin assistant. They were certified, they were trained, they were educated, and they were experts in their field. And so we just felt that they really deserved their own day to be recognized.
Well, so true. And obviously a lot of people agree with you because it really took off and it's never slowed down. So thank you for doing that. I want to get into what you've seen from both your travel advisors and Uniglobe advisors, and then really travel agents across Canada. What you've seen from them from the past, couple years during the pandemic, and then this past recovery year where things were getting much better, and now things are really taking off. What are you seeing from your own travel advisors at your agency and just from retail travel advisors in general?
Yeah, absolutely. They're just amazing individuals, really, when you see everything they've been through the last 3 years. And I know we finally announced an end to this pandemic officially with the WHO last week, but they've kept their heads up. They've supported each other. They've been through all kinds of difficult situations with clients, both through the pandemic with canceling bookings. And then as the recovery started, it was much the same. They were very busy and under a lot of stress to rebook people and use credits and deal with disruptions that, an industry that just wasn't quite ready for the demand that has hit it. But boy, is the demand there. It's insane these days. We've never seen it as busy as it is. Leisure travel has far exceeded 2019 levels, and we are seeing business travel back up to 2019 levels now as well, with group travel really leading the way. And it's wonderful to see, I always say it's wonderful to be busy booking clients and doing something productive versus spending all of our time canceling people and not feeling like we're really doing much that's productive. But they're an amazing group of people, and through the good times and the bad, they've all stuck it out together. And it's wonderful to see the industry bounce back the way it has.
It's true. It's much more fun to be busy when it's actually in a good news way than in a bad news way. I can totally relate to that. So that's good to hear. We were getting a bit into booking trends, and maybe we can explore that a bit further. Your agency specifically, it's great to hear that corporate's coming back, because I know that was lagging, just in general for a bit. But obviously leisure took off like a rocket. Do you want to talk about sort of, what some of your clients are booking most often, destinations, river cruise, all inclusives? I'm sure it's a mix, but any booking trends you can share would be great.
Yes, definitely. We're seeing clients starting to book more in advance again, so that booking window has lengthened. A ton of bucket list travels are still being booked. So I think a lot of people, particularly if they're around retirement age, they feel like they've lost 3 years of their travel time. And, maybe you only have so many good years where you're able to go to those further destinations and do something more adventurous. So a lot of Africa, a lot of New Zealand, a lot of big European trips. And this year in particular, we're seeing a lot of river cruising in Asia, so on the Mekong, and adding on Thailand or Bali or different destinations like that to it. So that's a really big trend that we're seeing with that demographic. We're also seeing a lot of group travel, come back again. So weddings, which were kind of on hold for a while, a lot of wedding group travel for this coming year is been booked, and a lot of upgrades. So people want bigger seats on airplanes. They want bigger rooms in hotels. They want, an upgraded experience. And I think, again, part of that is that they haven't traveled for a while. So maybe they have more budget to spend, or they just want to do something really special for their first trip after not being away for a while. And otherwise, the groups are getting bigger. We're booking, groups up to 300-400 people for corporate incentive groups again. Conferences are taking place. And so it really feels like things are getting back into that normal space again.
Well, that's a really good overview, and I enjoyed hearing about both on the leisure side, and I'm very thankful that the corporate side is back too, because that's a big driver, I know. Now, of course, as all these bookings are coming in, I don't know if your agency is dealing with a staff shortage. I know that that's a big problem for travel agencies across Canada. They have all these bookings coming in, and they want to handle them all, and sometimes they just don't have enough qualified staff to deal with them. Do you want to talk a bit about the staff shortage, if you're seeing it at your agency, and even if not, what you're hearing from other agents at other offices? And also, do you have any best practices if you're dealing with it that you've sort of found to mitigate the situation?
Yes, for sure. And we are seeing the same problem. We were lucky that we were able to keep most of our staff through COVID, but of course we're exceeding all of those levels now. And so we definitely need more staff as well. And I think that's for everybody that I'm hearing in the industry. We're seeing a lot of new people starting to be interested in the industry again, which is great because for a few years it really wasn't an industry that appeared to be, something with a good future or something that people wanted to get into. But the challenge that we're faced with is that those are untrained people. And as we know, travel can be complicated. You need to know the systems and the rules and the entry requirements. And there's just so many different things that you really have to understand. And so we are recommending a few different online training options for them. So that will give them a good base to get started from and really enable them to kind of jump in and be productive when they start work. But the training is the most important because I think a lot of people have left the industry or retired during this time. And so what we will find, I think, is new people coming in, whether that's new people to Canada that have worked in the industry outside of Canada, but need to learn how we do things within, the Canadian space, or whether it's just new people, younger people coming into the industry. So we're focusing on training and putting training programs in place to really be able to allow those people to succeed and do well once they do get into the industry.
That's a good point, because enthusiasm is great, and obviously the ability to sell is really important. But that's right; it's an incredibly complicated, all the back office kind of stuff, and how to make a booking. I bet that's something a lot of people don't realize how difficult it is. I'll just get into our last question, just about suppliers. Obviously, suppliers went all out with incentives and promotions on Travel Agent Day, and a lot of them have extended them through the month, and that's great. And I know that travel advisors really appreciate that. From your viewpoint, what is some of the most important things that a supplier can do to not only recognize travel agents and the work they do, but also just really help them do their job well?
Yes. So I think number one, across the industry, we would all love to see is competitive commissions and commission protection. I think we all deserve fair pay for the work that's being done. And I think that's something that came to light throughout this past winter as being very important to the travel agency and the agents as a whole. Another thing is to give us the technology and the tools, allow us to be more self-serve, to get back to clients more quickly, to take the call wait times away from suppliers. It enables us to be a lot more efficient at our job. So the more tools they can give us, the better I think it is for everybody. And lastly is just to empower their BDMs, empower them to do promotions, empower them to do waivers and favors, or to fix solutions or to find solutions and fix problems where necessary. To understand that we're their partner. We're all working together to try and make this client happy and to get them to repeat with us and to repeat with the travel supplier. And so we're all on the same side. And so just to allow us to work together to the best of our ability.
Okay, those are all really good points, and I know there's lots of suppliers watching right now, so I know they will be taking notes, and I'm sure maybe a lot of those things you mentioned are things that they've already thought of, and now that'll just be the impetus for them to put it in place. Thank you, Jamie, for joining us. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Now back to Devin.
Hi everyone, I'm back. I'm going to do the first round of prizing. We have a lot of prizing to get to today, so I got to keep this moving. Our first prize is from Travelweek. We're giving away 3 nights in Hollywood. Yes, great prize. To figure out the winner, we're going to do a bit of trivia. So if you know the answer to this question, make yourself known in the chat and my team will sort you out with a prize. Travelweek is celebrating a very important milestone birthday this year. How old are we? Okay, we got some answers. Yes, some right, some wrong. Okay, Travelweek is turning 50 years old. We've spent the past 50 years getting travel agents the information they need, keeping them updated on what's going on in the travel industry. Next up, we have a very special prize from Envoy Networks. They are our sister company, and you can go online at envoynetworks.com and you can order any kind of travel brochures you need at your agency or at your home, and they will be delivered directly to you. So they are giving away many Tim Hortons gift cards, $10 Tim Hortons gift cards. So if your first name starts with a T or an A for travel agent, first name, make yourself known in the chat and my team will get you your gift card. Up next, we have a special video from Jamaica, a beautiful Caribbean island. And then we'll be doing another interview with Cindy Sosortomo, our deputy editor here at Travelweek.
What the world needs now is more than a vacation. We need to come back to feeling our best selves again. Back to inviting. Back to caring. Back to life. Back to the little bit of Jamaica that's inside all of us. Come back to being lively again. Back to laid back. Back to romantic. Back to fantastic. Come back to making the best decisions you've ever made. Because, hey, we're in Jamaica. Come back to mouth-watering, heart-pumping, breathtaking. It's time, don't you think? Come back to the vibe that comes alive in Jamaica.
Hello, everyone. I'm here with Guy Young, Chief Engagement Officer at the Travel Corporation. Hello, Guy. Thanks for being here.
Hi, Cindy. Thanks so much for having me on your show. Appreciate it. Thank you.
I want to start with a quick recap of TTC's big news last year that it was streamlining operations and consolidating all of its tour brands under a new division called TTC Tour Brands. Part of this restructuring, I know, included a single booking portal for travel agents to use. Can you tell us a bit more about the portal and some of the feedback you've heard from agents about it?
Sure, great. Thank you. Thanks for the question. So, yeah, I think the travel agent portal is actually a great example of the benefits we've achieved by doing this reorganization that you referenced to last year. Because really now what happens is our travel advisor partners with one single sign-on can access all of our touring brands, whereas in the past they had to log on to each individual brand. They can now log on with one single sign-on to all 6 touring brands. And there's so many great benefits that are available with the portal. First of all, you can actually search and book itineraries across all of our touring brands. So, for example, if an advisor had a client that wanted to travel to Italy, you can simply type in Italy as a destination. It'll bring you all the tours we have across our touring brands. And then you can compare, you can refine your search. So it's a great way to search all our different products. And it's also, and once you've actually done your search, you can book whatever itinerary you choose to. So that can all be done online. And then once your booking's made, you can go back into the portal and you can access all the bookings and manage your bookings for your clients across all of the TTC tour brands. So a lot of great functionality to research and book our itineraries. And then there's some more sort of tangible things that agents can do. So they can access all of our marketing assets, they can order brochures, they can access our training materials, and they can also see all of the offers that are available. And then there are some things that are very useful for the advisors themselves, such as if they don't know who their sales manager is, they can find the sales manager in the territory. They can learn about our different discount programs and the fans that are available. And then also what I love about our portal is that we do also have a section on our sustainability efforts. And so advisors can go in and learn more about what we're doing at the Travel Corporation with regards to sustainability. And in a very practical manner, there is a great checklist that advisors can download in a PDF format and share with their clients to kind of help their clients be more conscious and be good sustainable travelers in the destinations they visit. So there's tips on what to do pre, during, and post their trip to make them more sustainable travelers. So a lot of great practical tools that we have on the portal. And then, in terms of how it's been received, I will say universally it's been really fantastic. I was just at a big conference last week, and the manager of a very large host agency shared with me that she thinks our portal is one of the best tools that's available out there in the marketplace. And we've certainly seen a huge uptick in online bookings. A number of different reasons for that, but I think certainly having a very easily accessible portal to search itineraries and products and book products has really helped increase our online bookings. But what I will say is that we're not perfect, and we obviously want to listen and get feedback from the advisors. So if advisors have any feedback on how we can improve our travel agent portal, please reach out to our local sales managers. We would love to hear from you. This is a tool we're going to continue to refine and improve, and so we'd love to hear additional feedback from the advisors.
The portal sounds like excellent news for agents, something that'll really make their job a lot easier, and just in time for the summer season too. So now that travel has resumed in full, what are bookings like heading into the summer season?
So we really are extremely pleased with the way the bookings are trending from Canada. So I will say in 5 of the last 6 months, the number of bookings we take in for each of those months has exceeded what we did in 2019. So certainly we've seen a really, really strong rebound in business. And obviously we're largely a European operator, so sales to Europe are very strong. So things are looking very, very good for the summer. What I will say is that I think we're in a very fortunate position at the Travel Corporation and actually most touring brands because we have, pre-contracted a lot of our space. And what I'm hearing from advisors is very difficult to find space in the summer in Europe. And if they can find space, things are very, very expensive. So we have this great advantage where we've pre-booked all the space. We still have, we don't have a huge amount of capacity left, but we do certainly still have some capacity left for the May through September peak summer season. So I would certainly encourage advisors, if they have clients that are looking to travel to Europe in the summer, to reach out to one of our brands, because as I said, we do have some space. And for example, on Trafalgar, which is our biggest brand, just on our one best-selling Italian itinerary, which is Best of Italy, we have close to 70 departures between May and September. So, great opportunity for advisors who are trying to book their clients on a last-minute trip to Europe. So, yeah, the season's looking great, and we expect to finish even stronger, given how much demand there is for Europe and how tight space actually is.
Good problems to have, I suppose. It's always good to hear that hotels and tours are selling out, especially after the 3 years that we've experienced. Can you tell us which destinations are selling really well for summer, and are there any emerging ones that you want to share with us today?
Yeah, well, what we found is that now, our guests are going back to the tried and true destinations. So, UK, Italy, France, Spain, Ireland are all selling extremely well. So it is kind of back to the tried and tested destinations. So those are doing fantastically well. We have 2 destinations which, off a bit of a smaller base, are doing very well for us, and that's really Switzerland and Portugal. Both those tourism boards have been very engaged with us. We've done a lot of marketing, so I think that's driving some of the uptick in business we've seen to those two destinations. And then just looking at Europe, and again, this is off a very small base, but Scandinavia is doing really well for us. Iceland and Norway are up significantly, even over 2019. And we saw that trend start during the pandemic, and it's certainly carried on post the pandemic. So those are the sort of the best-selling destinations in Europe. Outside of Europe, I mean, one destination that really comes to mind is Egypt. And Egypt, we're going to have a record year for many of the brands in 2023, even pacing against 2019. So Egypt's been very, very strong for us for the 2023 season.
You mentioned Switzerland before, and I know that TTC Tour Brands is hosting an educational FAM there later this summer. Do you want to share a few details about that and any other agent incentives you're offering?
Sure, I'd love to. Thank you. So we're doing a really interesting FAM trip in July with we're actually partnering with Tourism Switzerland, and we're going to be doing what we term a Make Travel Matter FAM trip. So first of all, it's a 7-day itinerary. We're going to go to some of the iconic cities, Lucerne and Geneva, but as well as some beautiful mountain destinations, St. Moritz and Zermatt. So it'll be a 7-day itinerary. And really the goal of this FAM is there's a number of goals. First of all, we are going to be offering experiences across all of our open age touring brands. So the advisors are going to get to experience hotels and excursions that relate to Insight, Luxury Gold, Trafalgar, and Cost Saver. So it's a great way for our advisors to learn the different products and how each of these brands differentiate from each other. So great learning opportunity across 4 of the touring brands. And as I mentioned, this is a Make Travel Matter FAM trip. And I think, as you know, sustainability is really core to the Travel Corporation. So there are going to be a number of different Make Travel Matter experiences on this FAM trip. And for those listeners or viewers that aren't familiar with our Make Travel Matter experiences, these are experiences that are really designed to promote local communities and businesses. So we have an assessment tool that's been vetted by sustainable tourism experts. It's an internal proprietary assessment tool. And we have travel experience managers across the globe that guide and source these experiences that are already designed, as I say, to support the local communities and the businesses, and really have a positive impact and really a great experience for our guests. And all of these Make Travel Matter experiences are tied to one of the 17 United Nations Sustainability Development Goals. So it could be things such as climate impact, gender equality, the elimination of poverty, those goals that are outlined by the United Nations. All of our Make Travel Matter experiences are aligned to at least one of those 17 goals. So really, an extraordinary way to give back to local communities, to travel sustainably, and also it's a great experience, a very enriching experience for our clients when they do these Make Travel Matter experiences. So that's really core to this itinerary. And at the same time, Switzerland's a great destination to be promoting sustainability because Switzerland is very advanced in their sustainability journey, and they've come out with what there is kind of their rating tool called Sustainable. And this is where local businesses, whether it be hotels, restaurants, excursions, transportation companies, get a sustainable designation if they've started on their path towards sustainability. So it really is a super holistic FAM we're doing. It's going to be a great experience, a great way to experience the brands, but also a great way to learn about sustainability, both from a Travel Corporation perspective, but also from a Switzerland perspective. So we're very excited. And I will say we did our first Make Travel Matter experience to Jordan in December, and it was hugely successful. So we hope to do more of these in the future. So that was rather long-winded, but I hope I answered your question.
No, what an amazing opportunity for agents. So everyone, please remember to apply. You won't want to miss it, I'm sure. I think we're out of time, Guy. Thank you so much for all of that great information and for taking the time to be with us today. I really enjoyed talking to you.
Great. Thank you so much, Cindy. And just a last quick thank you to the travel agency community. They've been super supportive of us, and we really appreciate everything they've done for us over this last three difficult years. So just a huge thank you to all of our advisors for their support. Thank you so much, Cindy.
Awesome. Now let's head back to Devin.
Hi, what a great interview with Guy. And he is very generous today, and he has given us $1,000 TTC travel vouchers for one of you lucky agents to win. So the lucky winner is Carla Schuffer of TPI. So make yourself known in the chat and we'll get you your prize. We now have 6 neck massagers that we're going to give out. And this is from Travelweek, and we know how hard you've been working, and we just want to get the tension all out of your shoulders. So this is going to be based on trivia again, and we want to know, what is the most visited tourist attraction in Canada? Put your answers in the box. Yes, yes. Okay. Okay, so my team is going to get those prizes to the first 6 people that answered Niagara Falls. Yes, an hour and a half away from here. Beautiful, beautiful Niagara Falls. Next, we have a very exciting prize, flights to Europe. Yes, we all want flights to Europe. So SATA Azur's airline has very generously gifted a lucky winner with a return flight to and from the Azores to see the beautiful culture, the Mediterranean, the food, everything that's wonderful in Europe. So this is going to go to Cassandra Poole of Vision Travel. Yay, Cassandra. Looks like you are going to Europe. So next, we're just going to have a quick video from Azur's airline to inspire you all to go there yourselves. Up next, we have another flight giveaway, this time from Canada Jetlines. They are giving 2 return tickets to Vegas and back. Always fun in Vegas, always can cause trouble there. So the troublemaker is going to be Alfred Payne from Amex. Yay, Alfred, you're going to Vegas, so make yourself known in the chat. Okay, up next we're going to have a quick video from Canada Jetlines, and then we're going to do another interview.
Canada Jetlines.
Canada Jetlines.
Canada Jetlines.
Canada Jetlines.
Now boarding Canada Jetlines.
The intention of our concept is really simple. We wanted to provide a consistent guest experience that is about comfort, convenience, and leisure, while maintaining the highest levels of safety and security. You know, what was really important to us was that customers board our aircraft with an enormous amount of confidence right off the start. As a new airline, part of your job is to create confidence for consumers. Why would they fly a new airline? And when they do choose you, you want them to feel comfortable with that choice. In terms of our customer service and our frontline employees, we want people who understand how important it is to deliver great customer service. One thing that was incredibly important to us was to create a warm environment, not only for our passengers, but also for our crew. And we want to incorporate that in our branding and how we attach the brand to our customers and to our employees. You know, one of the things that we're incredibly proud of is our livery. We think that we have one of the most attractive liveries in the airline industry, not just in Canada, around the world. When that aircraft pulls up, we get people staring at that aircraft wondering, what airline is that? What brand is that? Our Frank logo is something that we're very proud of. And the reason is, you know, it's not just a logo. It's not just an emoji. This is about us being frank and transparent with our customers.
We've got a brand new interior in the airplane. We've got a 29-inch pitch for our economy class, 34-32 pitch for our premium economy seats. Lots of comfort, lots of room in your knees. We have tablet holders for your iPad. We have in-seat power, and we have Wi-Fi to watch movies. So on other airlines, you'll have to download an app before you get on board the airplane and then work your way through that app when you're on board. With Canada Jetlines, we have a QR code that's located on our menu. And when you capture that QR code, it'll take you directly to our app. The content on board is the latest of movies, documentaries, TV shows. Also comes with the moving map that'll let you know where you are in the journey. And also we have our menu that you can review at any time throughout our flight.
Our employees are incredibly proud of the products and services that we have on board. They're extremely focused on delivering a great experience. And by delivering these unique products, it's something different and something that we're very, very proud of.
Hi, I'm here with Lorraine Charles St. Jules. She is the CEO of the St. Lucia Tourism Authority. Welcome, Lorraine.
Thank you, Catherine. It's a pleasure to be here this morning.
It's a pleasure to have you. What can you tell us about St. Lucia's recovery?
Well, since we've reopened after COVID, we are privileged to be doing very well for St. Lucia, particularly for Canada. Since you have reopened and relaxed your protocols, we've seen a slew of Canadians coming in, particularly this quarter. We would like to say thanks for the Canadians for coming in. We've seen for the first 3 months of the year, we're almost back to pre-COVID levels. So thanks again to all the Canadians who are coming in. And we want to say our product is ready for you, and we're ready to welcome you to St. Lucia.
Well, that's great to hear. I know St. Lucia is a very big favorite from the Canadian market. I know another favorite market from Canada to St. Lucia is the romance and destination weddings market. What can you tell us about St. Lucia's offering for these travelers, destination wedding travelers, honeymoon travelers, romance travelers?
We're always proud to welcome back all our wedding clients, our romance clients. We like to say in St. Lucia, everything come in twos. We have our Twin Peaks, we have the 2 airports. So we welcome everyone to St. Lucia. It's very simple to get married on the island, and our requirements are so much simpler for the travel trade. If you wish to come to send your clients to get married on St. Lucia, just come in. We have lots of options. We have natural backdrops, including the Piton Mountains. We have the beach. We have the destination. We have the churches. We have whatever you want. We have some rustic settings for hotels. So we make it very simple to get married on St. Lucia, to renew your vows. So that is why we have become a favorite. So many clients get married on St. Lucia. Last year, we again got retitled as the world's leading honeymoon and romance destination. So we make it very simple for you. Come down, whether it is a couple only, whether it is a family, whether it is the multi-generational family. We cater to every single aspect of weddings, romance, and also the destination weddings on island. So it's very simple. We accommodate you, and for the travel agents and the advisors, if you do the groups as well, we have persons at our desk who are willing and able to assist in making these customized for you. Most recently as well, we relaunched Say Yes to St. Lucia last year, and that is a hybrid of exposing all the suppliers who provide weddings for St. Lucia. So from the flowers, from the detail to the transportation, for just everything custom. If you want some locally designed outfits, everything is tailor made for you on St. Lucia to make that special day even more special for you.
I know there's so much to think about when you're getting married, and so simple is good, and having everything taken care of is great. Now, this next question kind of ties in with that because obviously when people are coming to get married, they're going to be staying at a resort. So just in general, whether it's for weddings or family or couples or anything, what can you tell us about St. Lucia's resort news? Are there new resorts that we should have agents knowing about? Resort renovations, anything like that?
Yes, we're doing quite well in that regard as well. Most recently, Sandals reopened. There's a soft reopening of 25 additional rooms at Sandals Halcyon. Perfect for the honeymoon market as well. So that is top on our list. We also have the brand new hotel called the Soco House. Excellent for Canadians. It's adult only, all inclusive, and it's in the Rodney Bay area. What is unique about this? You can walk around, you can also dine out, you can just grab a water taxi right next to it. It's a new, sophisticated, simple four-star hotel that we just recently opened. And I think that is a great for the Canadian market. It's called the Soco House, modern, chic, kind of like a little bit of Miami, a little bit of Florida, a little bit of New York, all mixing together, Toronto, and I think the Canadians would like that new product. Way down the line as well, we also had the Zoe Tree reopen again, all-inclusive Zoe Tree, part of the AM Resorts. And coming up very soon, we will reopen a brand new hotel in the Canals area. That should be by next summer. We're looking forward to 250 all-inclusive rooms for the family market. And also on the island, we have some upgrades, some villa properties on stream. The CDP, which is the Collection de Pépite. These are small gems on St. Lucia. These are available. If a Canadian is looking for outside of the larger hotels, perhaps you want to mix up because St. Lucia is about the texture of staying on the island. You can stay in the north, you can stay in the west, you can stay in the south, and all around the island you have a texture of different accommodations that are immersive into the community. So these are all of the different collection de Pupit. These have been upgraded as well, and this is available for the Canadian market if someone wants to go in there. So there's a bit of the highlights of all the major hotels that have come on stream. And tied to these as well, we have some new restaurants around the Rodney Bay, again, renovated to suit the accommodation needs as well.
Thank you for that overview. I'm sure you mentioned several that maybe agents, travel advisors hadn't heard about, so I really appreciate that. Just leading into the final question, of course, it's Travel Advisor Appreciation Month, and it was Travel Agent Day earlier this month. I know you guys work very strongly with travel agents. Can you tell us why you work so strongly with travel agents? Why are they so effective for you? And what sort of resources, if there's a website or anything you want to tell agents about for more information?
Well, Catherine, for us, the travel trade is part of our business, part of our formula. We have depended on them for a very long time because they help us drive the business. And we always tell them that we need the business and we appreciate everything that they've done for us. We've developed this program called SLEX, SLEX. It is for the travel agents. It's developed for them, with them in mind. We constantly upgrade them. It's a Lucia SLEX program, specially designed for the travel agent. What simply you go in there on our website, signature.org, and look for the SLEX program. There are tools there for each and every agent, whether you new, whether you experienced. It helps you further sell St. Lucia. We have a YouTube channel. We have digital assets there as well. And all we do is we say, sell St. Lucia, and we offer you monthly incentives. This coming November, as customary, we will also bring the top selling Canadian agents and reward you for all the sales that you have done for St. Lucia. So through this channel, we appreciate all the business that the travel agents bring for us, and we reward them through this specialist program. We have a team here who are daily in constant contact with them in their own community. No question, no query is too small for us. We respond to you very daily, and we let you know how to better sell St. Lucia. We also have running as we speak what we call the SLAM program. It's individual travel agent forum. You do your own farm trip, and from June all the way to November. Come down to St. Lucia, come to visit us. All the hotel partners have developed some special rates for them, and they can come in and experience St. Lucia as they wish on their time whenever they want. Coincidentally, we're also launching our summer program called St. Lucia Summer Style, Your St. Lucia. So we also want agents to know, advisors to know that could come down to St. Lucia, sell this program, and they continue to market St. Lucia. Again, there is immense incentives and benefits for them to further sell St. Lucia.
I know a lot of agents will no doubt be taking you up on that offer and will be coming to check out the island. Thank you so much, Lorraine. I really enjoyed talking to you.
And thank you so much. And again, to the Canadians, happy Travel Agent Month. Thank you for all that you've done for us. We do appreciate your business, and we are here to continue to support you and anything you need and to serve you. So on behalf of my entire team, I would like to say thank you again, and hope to see you guys soon.
Thank you. Now back to Devin.
Great update from the beautiful island of St. Lucia. I think we'd all like to go there any time of year, really. So for two lucky agents, they will be going with a guest of their choosing. So first, I'm sure many of you have heard of the beautiful, luxurious Sugar Beach Hotel in St. Lucia. We're giving away 3 nights. So the winner of the 3 nights is Sandra Sykes from Travel Best Bets. Yay, Sandra. You and a guest are going to St. Lucia. Congratulations. We have another hotel stay in St. Lucia. This time it's to the Coco Palms, another very, very cool resort. But this one's going to be 5 nights. So the winner of the 5 nights for them and a guest is going to be Roger Ratch of Savon Travel. Yay, Roger. You're a winner too. So make yourself known in the chat and my team will get to you. Next up, we're going to have a quick Sunwing video, show off all the amazing product they have to offer, and then we're up for another interview.
When you save more, you can do more. Sunwing.
Hi, everyone. I'm back with Amanda Morris, Director of Sales Canada at Playa Hotels and Resorts. Hi, Amanda. Welcome.
Hi, Cindy. Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
So let's start off with a bit of background information about Playa for the agents who aren't too familiar with the brand or just who haven't sold Playa in a while. What are the different resort brands that you have? Who do they cater to? And which destinations are they in?
Yes, very good question, because we are growing quickly and constantly adding to our portfolio. So we are actually celebrating our 10th birthday this year. And again, a lot of rapid growth within those 10 years. So under our portfolio, what we started with was our Hyatt Ziva and Hyatt Zilara brands. So that's our 5-star luxury product. We have our Zivas, which is all ages, and our Hyatt Zilaras, which is adults only. Then we have our Hilton all-inclusive portfolio, and we have a combination of all ages and family-friendly properties within the Hilton portfolio. We then have Wyndham Ultra, which is a newer partner brand with us, a great partner brand catering to all-inclusive travel for all, and that's what Ultra stands for. So again, we have some adults only, and we also have all ages. And then we have our 4th international brand, which is brand new as of last fall. And that is our partnership with Marriott, where we have our Sanctuary Cap Cana, which is part of Marriott's luxury collection. It's actually the only all-inclusive property, which is part of Marriott's luxury collection. And then last but certainly not least, we have our jewel resorts as well. And these properties are located in Mexico. We have a lot in the Cancun Riviera Maya area. We have Pacific Mexico as well, Los Cabos, Puerto Vallarta. And then we have some of those brands throughout the Dominican Republic and then also in Jamaica. So 3 key destinations where all of our travelers are going.
Well, that sounds like an amazing portfolio, and happy birthday, a milestone birthday for sure. I know in the past few months, Travel Week has reported on several new resorts that have been added to your portfolio. Can you tell us a little about those new properties specifically?
Yes, absolutely. We have had several join us just within the last year. So I'm actually recording to you live from one of our newest resorts that opened just last year, and that's our Hyatt Zilara Riviera Maya. So this is a gorgeous adults only property, only about 25 minutes from the airport. And again, it's Zilara, so it's that 5-star luxury right in a great location on a beautiful stretch of beach. Beach is behind the camera right now, and it's beautiful here. And then not far away, just down the road, we have our Hyatt Ziva Riviera Cancun, and that's also a newer addition, just over a year now, new to the Playa portfolio as well. And of course, being Ziva, that's catering to our families. So we've got a great water park, splash pad for the little ones, 9 pools, so lots to keep everybody entertained and having fun. And then on Pacific Mexico, we were really excited last year to add the Wyndham Ultra Riviera Nayarit. So that now gives us 3 resorts in Pacific Mexico, and that's right in Puerto Vallarta, beautiful all ages resort. Again, beautiful beach location, gorgeous ocean views. Majority of our rooms there are ocean view, and more of that mid-scale market. That's what our Wyndham Ultra brand is. So you're looking for 4.5-star, great price point properties. And then new to Playa this year is our Jewel Punta Cana and our Jewel Palm Beach. So in that Punta Cana area of Dominican Republic, everybody knows those properties. They've been around for a while, but just now have a new look, a bit of a refresh, not full renovation, but they've done an amazing job at freshening up those properties. Fantastic options for your families, lots of destination wedding opportunities at those resorts as well. And yeah, that's what's new. The last 5 properties that have joined the Playa portfolio recently.
Great new options for travelers to book, and I hope you're having a great time on location. In addition to these new resorts, Playa, I know, is also experiencing growth internally. I heard that you ramped up your Canadian sales team at the beginning of the year. Can you talk about this expanded presence in Canada and why it's so important?
Oh, absolutely. I come from the retail background. In fact, our entire sales team comes from the retail background. And so to have, bodies here in Canada, supporting the travel agent community is extremely important to us. So it was a great opportunity for us bouncing back after COVID, seeing the sales coming in. We were able to thankfully add to our team. So I was promoted after being with Playa for 8 years, and we brought in Andy Bacho, who took over Ontario for me, and she's a fantastic addition to the team. She actually comes from a retail background, so to have a BDM that is coming right in from, being in the thick of things, I think is a huge opportunity for us, because she really knows what the agents are facing, especially during the most challenging times we've experienced in the travel industry the last couple of years. So also her background is a very strong focus on customer service. And for us, everybody knows that for Playa, it is service from the heart. So having, team members that it comes natural to is a really important part of our hiring process. So we're really excited to have Andy on the team, and already she's hit the ground running and doing a great job. And then in Quebec, we hired Christopher Jeffrey Racine, who everybody was thrilled to hear that he joined our team. He's been in the industry for many years as well, more on the tour operator side. So again, I think it's really important for us to have team members that have this, industry experience, but from different areas. So he brings a lot to the table with great relationships. He's just a fantastic individual, lots of energy on the Canadian team. And I think, for everybody that knows the Playa team here in Canada, that is something, again, really important to us. We want to have fun, but, have lots of energy and support the agency community. So we're really excited. We have a really great, strong team here, led, of course, by our fearless leader, Rose Cosentino.
Absolutely. Rose, I'm sure, is well known to everyone. The team sounds amazing, and congratulations on your promotion. But other
Thank
than the
you.
Canadian sales team, how else are you supporting and engaging with Canadian travel agents?
Well, I think, that's one of the things I think we've always been very good at. And I say, I mentioned our service from the heart in destination and what your guests will experience. And I know many of our travel agent friends and industry friends have experienced that being on property, but I think it is so much more than that. It really does extend into our entire organization. So, not just having that sales team to provide that service to you, but also just having resources available. We have a really incredible travel agent platform, our Agent Cash platform, which we just actually completely revamped on May 1st. So it's actually perfect timing for those that haven't had a chance to see it yet. And on that platform, we have so many great sales tools available. So information on all of the properties, especially having different brands. I know sometimes it can be tricky. There's a lot of resorts out there. So having a place that the agent community can go to find all of that information, property fact sheets. We have individual consumer friendly webinars that they can not only learn from themselves, but they can also share with their clients, giving a little bit more information on each and every property we have. And then I think our media library is probably one of my favorite resources on our agent platform. And that's where they have access to log in and use any of the photos, videos, for anything they want, whether they want to use it for their social media, whether they want to use it for print ads, if they're doing bridal shows and want to order some pull-up banners, they have access to all of those great tools as well. And a great incentive program, not only for them, financially, if they want to register their bookings and earn a little bit of spending money, but it also gives an opportunity for them to redeem their points and go down and see the properties for themselves, on their own time, on vacation time. So we have that resource center, which I think is probably one of our biggest support systems. But we also do a lot in terms of just being in front of the agent community as well. So participating in trade shows and, conferences and any events that we really can, we try to be there to support the agent community. And fam trips, everybody wants to see the properties. We know it's impossible to see everything, but it definitely helps. So we have each of our BDMs is typically doing 3 or 4 fams every year to each of our destinations, giving the agents an opportunity to come down and experience the properties for themselves.
Some really good agent resources there. Thank you for sharing all that. And I'm sure everyone's familiar with how supportive Playa has been throughout the pandemic and every day. Let's end with some news about the future and what we can look forward to from Playa for the rest of the year and beyond. What can you share with us? What's in the pipeline?
Yes, well, we can share a little bit, and everybody always wants to know where we're going, and we are definitely in growth mode. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot more announcements coming down the road. But truthfully, we're a publicly traded company, so I don't have a lot of information, only what's already been announced. So what I can tell you is we will have a new property coming to our portfolio in Q4 of this year, and that's going to be the Wyndham Ultra Samana, which we're very, very excited about. And, we were going to have some renovations taking place before we reopen. So we don't have an exact opening date for everybody yet, but the team will definitely communicate that for you when we have it. And that's really the only property that I can tell you about 100% that's going to be happening, and just expanding that Wyndham Ultra portfolio. But there'll be more. I'm sure there'll be more even before then. There's always news coming. So I think we've had 3 or 4 properties already. And you know what? I just remembered. I'm so sorry. But while we're still talking about new properties, I didn't mention our Sea Dust Cancun, which also joined our portfolio this year. And I actually just went there and did a visit last night, and wow. So it's not down the pipeline. It has opened as a Playa property this year, but definitely for agents that are looking for an amazing family-friendly property at a great price point. Again, sort of that mid-scale price. It is fantastic. Mini putt, zip line, baby club, kids club, great beach. So that's another property that's new to the Playa portfolio, and that's the Sea Dust Cancun.
Well, we're all excited about the Sea Dust. You make it sound so amazing. And we're going to be on the lookout for the new Wyndham too. So I'm sure Travelweek will be busy reporting on that. Thank you, Amanda, for your time. We all learned so much, and I really enjoyed talking with you.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. We really appreciate it. And everybody stay tuned because, like I said, there's always news popping up. So if you see Playa, read the article.
Hopefully on travelweek.ca. Now let's check in with Devin.
Thank you, Amanda. That was a great interview. Wow, she's very well spoken. Okay, next we're going to do some updates from some of our partners. So first we have AMR, who's now part of Hyatt Inclusive Collection. Then we're going to speak with G Adventures, Antigua and Barbuda, and then Palladium Hotels. So stay tuned. After that, I'm giving away more prizes.
Hello, Agents of Change. My name is Hilary Arsenault, and I am the GPS here at G Adventures for Eastern Canada. If you've not heard of G Adventures before, we do offer small group tours all around the world. So we travel to all 7 continents. We have over 650 tours and 11 travel styles to choose from. So we definitely have something for everyone. Now, when we are looking at what is new for 2023 coming into 2024, we do have some great destinations that are upcoming on the rise. So of course we have Peru, which will probably always be there. We have Portugal, we have Colombia, we have Japan, we have Morocco, we have South Africa. So these are all destinations that we've seen our travelers are really gravitating towards. We also do still offer private groups. So for our private group departures, it is a minimum of 8 travelers. And then of course, our tours are usually around a maximum of 16. Now, something else that's new is we do have our change makers coming on right now, where you have a chance to earn your space on a tour or a change makers tour with us to Peru. So we are taking 8 people from every region, and we also do have 5 wild card spots available. So definitely get your bookings in so you have more chances of winning those spots on the Changemakers Tour. For the 5 wildcard spots, we will be sending out emails and posting on our Facebook page, which is G Adventures Canadian Agents of Change. You can go ahead and join that for any upcoming information that is coming out for Changemakers. Now, when we are looking at what to do to increase sales and increase knowledge is in our agent backpack in Sherpa. We actually have lots of training modules that you can go ahead and complete. In the agent backpack as well, you will find information on the travel agent discount. So we do offer 50% off the majority of our tours, and you can bring up to 3 companions for 25% off each. On top of that, we do offer G dollars. So that means for every $10,000 you sell of G Adventures product, we will give you 500 G dollars, which is a G Adventures travel credit that you can use towards your own personal travel, and you can even use it in conjunction with the travel agent discount. So if you do have any questions about G Adventures, about that agent discount, about change makers, or anything at all, feel free to reach out to your local GPS, and we will be more than happy to help. Thank you so much.
We who travel, who really travel, are a different breed. Because we don't want what's scripted. We want what's real. To us, travel isn't a checklist of photo ops and trendy hotspots. We're not after escape or keepsakes. Experience, connection, meaning. Those are our favorite souvenirs. We don't just want to go somewhere. We want to grow somewhere. As people, as a community, together. Through the sights we see, the laughs we share, and the things we never thought we'd try. We don't just welcome it all. We love every single freaking second of it. So together, we say, bring on the world. Travel with G Adventures and experience the greatest adventures on Earth.
Carol Green, BDM for the Huntington Travel Group, Hotels by Huntington, and My Escapades. At the outset, and on behalf of the group, I sincerely thank each and every one of you for your unwavering support since 1973. And together with you, we have grown from strength to strength. Check out our first level content, Net Fares Worldwide, which we offer from all gateways across Canada. Our top-notch consultants will help you with your group request, help build complex flight itineraries, and help you close that sale. Hotels by Huntington offers net prepaid rates worldwide in real time. My Escapades by Huntington is dedicated to giving your clients life-changing and one-of-a-kind travel experiences with our offer of custom-tailored leisure holidays and African safaris. And finally, tying all of this together is our very own and very popular Hunt Rewards. With every piece of business coming from you, we reward you with actual dollars credited to your personalized prepaid Hunt Rewards Visa card. So keep booking and earning more. So many, many thanks again. Visit us at huntingtontravel.net to register online and experience the unparalleled customer service that we are renowned for. Thank you so much for having me, Travel Week.
Heard of Antigua, but let me tell you, Barbuda is where it's at. We got coral reefs in one of the biggest bird sanctuaries in the Western Hemisphere.
Barbuda? Really? We got Nelson's Dockyard, English Harbor, and we got the party. Yeah! There is more people here than on your entire island.
Exactly, man. You come to Barbuda, you get whole beaches to yourself, and not just beaches, pink sand beaches.
Pink sand? I'll take swimming with stingrays.
I'd rather be liming here, man. This rum punch, don't miss.
You know what else don't miss? Share Rocks, winner of Best Restaurant in the Caribbean.
3 times.
Well, trust me, people said our lobsters are pretty good too.
This lobster.
These waves.
These ponds.
Antigua.
Gotta be Barbuda.
Valley Church Beach.
Oh, really?
Antigua.
Come on.
Barbuda.
What? Antigua!
Nah, really?
Are you serious?
Why choose when you can have both?
Hi everyone, my name is Will Cockey. I'm the Midwest Business Development Manager for Palladium Hotel Group. I wanted to thank all you agents for the support that you've given Grand Palladium over the last years. I'm here to give you some updates on some of our properties, starting first with Jamaica. Palladium Hotel Group offers tremendous opportunities for your social groups, and no place is more conducive to a destination wedding than the island of Jamaica. In Jamaica, our twin hotels, Grand Palladium Lady Hamilton and Grand Palladium Jamaica, offer over 1,000 rooms between them, situated only 40 minutes from the Montego Bay Airport. Property has recently undergone a refurbishment that includes the addition of 48 new oceanfront private plunge pool suites. These suites are perfect for travelers who are looking for a little extra luxury during their stay. 8 of these new suites are beachfront master suites, which feature larger pools, a pergola, a balcony, and a patio area overlooking the Caribbean Ocean. Your clients can wake up to the sound of the waves and enjoy a dip in the private pool while taking in the stunning views. This refurbishment is part of a larger effort to enhance the overall guest experience at the resort. In addition to the new plunge pool suites, the lobby of the Grand Palladium Jamaica has been renovated along with the Mobe show cooking restaurant and the Infinity Bar. What makes these new additions even more exciting is the opportunity to reach the untapped potential market for luxury travelers. The demand for private pool suites has been increasing, and these new suites at Grand Palladium Jamaica Resort and Spa are sure to attract those looking for a truly indulgent vacation experience. Encourage with you to share these news with your clients and help them plan their next luxury getaway at Grand Palladium Resort and Spa in Jamaica. Perfect family reunion awaits them in Jamaica at the Grand Palladium Jamaica Resort and Spa, where there are a wide range of options to accommodate the whole family. Grand Palladium Hotel Resorts and TRS Hotels offer a vast array of amenities, activities, and destinations that cater not only to the leisure traveler, but also to social group getaways. For those looking to escape with the girls, they can pamper themselves in luxury at the adults-only TRS Coral Hotel in Costa Mujeres. Here they can relax and rejuvenate in one of our luxurious Centropia Palladium Spa and Wellness Centers while enjoying the breathtaking views of the sunset on the Sky Rooftop Bar. For those seeking a wellness retreat, the charming and exclusive TRS Cap Cana Hotel offers opportunity for those to unplug and recharge in a serene environment with beach yoga and meditation and a slew of wellness amenities. Infinite Indulgent is at your client's fingertips, and we truly have it all. At our properties, we offer groups with 10 or more or 30 room nights and fantastic perks, including a complimentary room upgrade for every 10th paid person, private check-in with same-time arrivals, a 20% discount per person on spa services, a 1-hour cocktail party, and more. That's not all. Our group rates are highly competitive, ensuring that they can provide your clients with the best value for their money. We also have our family selection concept. This concept is a hybrid which allows greater family time with extra amenities and benefits. It has a separate check-in and check-out area, exclusive restaurant and pools. It's currently available in Grand Palladium Vallarta and Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres, soon to be added to Grand Palladium Riviera Maya. Adult guests of family selection Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres have access to the TRS Coral amenities, including Chic Cabaret, which is our entertainment at our TRS properties, which is a 3-hour show with a pre-party beforehand and after-party afterwards, part nightclub and show with dinner. And Grand Palladium Costa Mujeres also has the Rafa Nadal Tennis Center. It has got 8 clay courts, instructors from Spain. It's got a museum and a gift shop as well. So we have everything for your social group need, travelers, and weddings to whatever kind of niche travel there is. Thank you very much for this time to present a little bit about Palladium, and I look forward to the rest of the conference.
Thank you to all our partners. Those were very informative and inspiring updates. We have some prizes to give away. So Palladium, they have very generously gifted a $400 WestJet voucher. So that is going to go to Sheila Selesky of Around the World in 80 Days. Yay, Sheila. We have another prize, this time from Antigua and Barbuda. It's a $50 gift card. And the winner is Carrie McNally from Expedia Cruise Ship Centers. Yay, Carrie. So up next, we have 2 very important guests joining Catherine for a double interview.
Hi, we're back. I'm here with Elke Bachner, who handles B2B relations for the Vienna Tourist Board, and also with Armando Mendonça, who is the president of AMPM Canada, which represents the Vienna Tourist Board here in Canada. Welcome to you both.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi.
So I'll jump right into it. Armando, now that travel has obviously come back, Vienna is no doubt has its recovery in full swing. What can you tell us about the recovery and anything specifically about the Canadian market that you want travel advisors to know?
Well, the most exciting thing that occurred during the last few years is that Vienna kept on building within the protocol guidelines and developed a virtual showcase series highlighting the August 2020 reopening of the Freud Museum after extensive renovations that further enhanced the Freud story. In addition to the Albertina Modern in March of 2021, opening the highlighting modern and contemporary art. So Vienna just kept on building. And so that was really great. Last year in August, after a 3-year hiatus, I visited the city, and the vibe and the aesthetic has been enhanced with more hotel options and culinary delights and fantastic options when it comes to the culinary scene. Our hoteliers boast an increase of Canadian arrivals, now sitting at 60% from 2019, and undoubtedly exceeding these statistics with the summer lift just around the corner. So it's very positive.
That's excellent to hear, and I'm so glad to hear about the vibe. I know it's a beautiful city. Elke, I'll direct this next question at you. I know this year is a very big year for Vienna. It's the 150th anniversary of the Vienna World's Fair. What can you tell us? What sort of quick details can you give us about the celebrations that would entice Canadian travelers to pick Vienna for their trip this year?
Well, Catherine, thank you. This is a brilliant year for the Canadians to come to Vienna because we celebrate, as you already said, 150th anniversary, which was 1873. The Vienna World's Fair was offered, openings being last week on the 1st of May. And some facts about that big happening in 1873, and can you imagine, 53,000 exhibitors from 35 countries and 194 pavilions of the various countries was showcased, which was a great thing happened to Vienna. This year, there will be numerous exhibitions in famous Viennese museums, as well as special anniversaries, spectacular new openings, and long anticipated reopenings. So Vienna has to offer a lot of exhibitions. And the special exhibition, which I'm a fan of, is Women at Work. 150 years of the women's pavilions, highlighting the pioneering work by women since 1873 that hasn't been recognized. And Vienna, there is always music in the air. Johann Strauss shaped already in 1873 Vienna's World's Fair with the global iconic hit, the Blue Danube Waltz, with which the Viennese and music lovers still waltz today. And the House of Strauss opens with an exhibition and continues with a program of concerts in a refurbished original venue. Lobmeier, I just want to let you know what is Lobmeier. Lobmeier is the Viennese handcraftsmanship store of the Crystal Company and is celebrating its 200th birthday this year. It's a beautiful option when you're in Vienna to shop and enjoy of the handmade crystals. Another highlight of the World Fair celebration includes The Young Hare by Albrecht Dürer in the Albertina, Egon Schiele, self-portrait with lampion fruits in the Leopold Museum, The Kiss by Gustav Klimt in the Belvedere, the Tower of Babel in the Kunsthistorische Museum Vienna, which is the Museum of Fine Arts. And to round all this happening up, it's the best way how to round it up with the Vienna City Card. The Vienna City Card is the perfect addition to your visit. Discounts at the museums, tourist attraction, and much more. Free travel on public transport within Vienna for 24, 48, and 72 hours. airport transfer from and to the airport, and the 24-hour hop-on, hop-off. Get the Vienna city card by www.vienna.info. That's the best way to explore the city.
Thank you. That is a very helpful practical tip. And I know that travel advisors will be going there to investigate about the Vienna City Card. Thank you. Now I'll get into another part of Viennese life, which is incredibly integral for both locals and for visitors. It's the coffee houses. They're beautiful. I know you have resources on your site that talk about some top 10 fun facts about Vienna's coffee houses, that sort of thing. Armando, what can you suggest to travel advisors who are looking to sort of integrate the coffee houses in the city into their itinerary?
You know, Catherine, as you mentioned, the Vienna.info website is such a fantastic platform, and they've spent so much in providing the counselors, the advisors, and also the consumers information on, you know, various scenes in Vienna. And the coffee house scene, I cannot tell you, it's like my favorite. There's a lot of favorites, but I love the coffee culture. It's the aesthetic of the traditional venues, from modern to trendy, with the sophistication and the backdrop of the pristine gardens and architecture. It's just one of those moments that you just sort of sit down, have a coffee, and just, you know, immerse yourself with the with your surroundings. It's just really a spectacular way to sort of just leisurely have a coffee and just take in the beautiful surroundings. And of course, the signature coffee is a melange. I love a melange, which is, you know, like a latte, but I love saying melange. And the desserts that complement the coffee is, you know, from strudel to the Schachertorte to so many options. It's just fantastic. So aside from the coffee, of course, it's the desserts that's really, you know, just delights your senses. And honestly, you know, as you mentioned, Vienna has such a great website that just gives you sort of the pics and the background on some of the coffee houses, and these really beautiful, you know, houses in charming nooks. So I would just suggest to go there to really, you know, sort of get the full coffee experience. However, having said that, I recommend everyone to download Ivy app. The Ivy app, again, the information is on the website, gives you, you ask a question, local coffee house, wherever you are, and they'll give you all these recommendations. So I would strongly suggest to get this app, because it really gives you sort of what's happening in wherever you are, so you don't miss out. So I would say, you know, between the website and the Ivy app, that's your best way to experience the coffee scene.
Okay, more practical tips, which really helps. Something else I wanted to get into was another anniversary, is the Belvedere's 300th anniversary. Elke, are those celebrations open to the public?
Yes, the Belvedere Palace is also a museum, and it's also home to one of Viennese most important art museums. And as you already said, we celebrate 300th anniversary. Highlight of this is the history of this venue, whose significance extends beyond the world of art. Klimt, inspired by Van Gogh, Rodin, Matisse. This is a temporary exhibition. What you have to see, it's really fabulous, which will focus on the question of who inspired the Viennese Art Nouveau figurehead Gustav Klimt. And the Upper Belvedere completion is celebrated together with many program highlights. A major special exhibition presents the moving history of his extraordinary institution. And the Lower Belvedere and Baroque gardens of the Palace Museum is visually breathtaking with its landscape architecture. And it's also a great hotspot to have yourself portray your picture in your backdrop of the Belvedere.
Okay, well, that sounds wonderful too. Now, for everybody who wants to go, having heard about all these great anniversaries and the coffee houses and everything going on in Vienna, Armando, what can you tell us about Lyft to Vienna from Canada this year?
What's really wonderful, Air Canada launched nonstop service from Toronto to Vienna in 2019, and currently offers daily flights from May 23rd to October 23rd. And then in the winter season, it's reduced to 5 times weekly, which is not much of a reduction, so that's fantastic. And then Austrian Airlines launched in tandem with Air Canada and launched nonstop service from Montreal to Vienna, and currently offer 5 times weekly and then reduced to 3 times during the winter. So the lift is significant out of Toronto, Montreal.
Good. Okay, I know that really matters. You can have a wonderful destination, but if people can't get there, then then you got a problem. So that's great about all the lift. We'll just end with Elke. What can you tell us about how the Vienna Tourist Board? This is Travel Appreciation Month. We celebrated Travel Agent Day earlier this month. What can you tell us about how the Vienna Tourism Board works with agents, and just if you want to give the link again to your website?
First of all, I want to say thank you to the travel advisors in Canada because we work together so well. I want to mention about our website, vienna.info. The website has a dedicated section supporting B2B relations and support logistics. I also want to invite all the travel advisors to sign up for the Vienna Experts Club International Program. It's a fabulous program on expert.vienna.info. It's an online enrollment, offers current and up-to-date information on Vienna and exclusive discounts. And when it comes to questions, we have our liaison in Canada, AM/PM Canada, Armando Mendonça. He's always happy to give you a hand. Thank you very much. Danke from Vienna.
Thank you, Elke, and thank you, Armando. I really enjoyed this, and it's been fun talking to both of you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Now back to Devin.
Okay, hi again. Back from our prizing. Me again. Yay. Okay, Vienna has generously donated 2 prizes. The first prize is a $400 Air Canada gift voucher, and we're going to play trivia again to figure out who the winner is. So if you know the answer, put it in the chat box and you could win this amazing prize. So the question is, which 2 Canadian cities have non-stop flights to Vienna? Okay. Yes, the answer is Toronto and Montreal. From both those cities, you can fly direct to the beautiful city of Vienna. The second prize they have donated today is a Swarovski pen, a beautiful, beautiful pen. So the winner of this pen is going to be the person that can answer this question. When was the World Fair held in Vienna? Okay, that's a bit of a trickier question, but the answer is 1873. So thank you, Vienna, for those prizes. That's great. And now we're going to hear a few updates from some other wonderful destinations in Europe. Thank you.
Hello and welcome from Belgium. My name is Marco Frank with Visit Flanders. I'm coming to you from Brussels here, the Grand Place, a beautiful architectural site showcasing our art and our heritage in a destination. Talking about art and heritage in a destination, the important highlight for us for next year will be the James Ensor year that will be celebrated in Ostend and in Antwerp primarily. James Ensor, a Belgian painter of the Expressionism and Surrealism. We will celebrate his art and his life. The other highlight for this year and next year include our new iconic cycling routes combining the best of Flanders, in particular our Art Cities route that lead our guests from the big cities out to the countrysides and to the art cities again. So a perfect combination of city and country experiences. Another highlight are the World Championships in gravel racing at the end of 24. The next highlight I would talk about is the Belgian Beer World Experience, opening up in a few weeks right behind me, 1 block away from the Grand Place in the former stock exchange. It will be an experience center to celebrate the Belgian beer culture. Another highlight that just started a few weeks ago is a project in Flanders Fields called Landscapes feel Flanders fields. As the sites of World War I are still important, we have put together a package of the most important sites and commemorative events for you to visit and to experience. So come to Flanders and experience this beautiful destination, and I might see you in Canada soon. Thank you.
Curiosity. The more we contain it, the more we crave it. It can't be bound by a window, a balcony, or a door. To answer it, you must embrace it. Escape. Explore. Savor the journey as much as the stay. Find something extraordinary in someone else's every day. Unfollow the crowds. Get lost in the clouds. Travel without trace at nature's slow pace. Discover tomorrow's artists and makers in neighborhoods filled with zeitgeist curators. From our gallery walls to our market stalls. Here, new innovation meets old civilization. Retrace your roots, keeping memories alive. In this theater of history, then and now collide. Learn from the locals as much as the past. Build bridges across nations and friendships that last. Connected through culture, values, and space. A myriad of countries in one effortless place. From landscapes to cityscapes, we share common ground. A place where curiosity knows no bounds. Europe invites the curious.
To me, Irish people are the funniest in the world. They just are.
Oh, this looks amazing. I just love anything that comes with its own home.
Everyone's a comedian.
Anything else?
Some greens.
What do you think I am? A juggler?
Stunning. Inspirational. Would you look at the brushstrokes on that?
I think the reason I see comedy in everything is because I was surrounded by it growing up.
That's good. You wouldn't know we're 105.
You're 105. Do you know what? There's only one word for that. Absolutely cracker.
Hi, how are you? In Ireland, one of the greatest compliments you can give someone is to describe them as a character.
If you find any pearls, give them to me, okay?
I'm coming! You couldn't run the lake to yourself!
Because as every writer knows, it's the characters you remember long after you've forgotten the story.
Fill your heart with Ireland. Discover more at ireland.com.
Some great updates from some of the European countries, which I know Canadians will want to be visiting this summer. So we do have a prize, courtesy of Tourism Ireland, and they have a trivia question. There are more What animal in Ireland than people? Put your answer in the chat. Yes, okay, the answer is sheep. There are more sheep in Ireland than there are people. Next up, we have an interview with Brand USA.
Hi again. Joining us now is Casey Canavari, Senior Manager, Global Trade, in charge of the Canadian market at Brand USA. Hi, Casey. It's nice to meet you.
Hi, Cindy. Very nice to meet you as well. And good morning to everyone.
So let's start with the very big news earlier this month about the United States finally dropping its COVID-19 vaccine mandate for air travelers as of May 12th. A huge relief for travelers everywhere, I'm sure. What kind of an immediate impact do you think this will have on inbound tourism?
I've been the past 2 weeks, I've been traversing all over Canada, working on one of our films and showcasing it. And I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of agents and speak to a lot of agents at these events. I think it's actually going to only increase more and more inbound traffic to the United States. As of right now, we've seen a huge uptick in flights into the country. And I think this is only going to exacerbate that a little bit more and more and more, as we move forward, and especially heading into the summer months.
We did hear all throughout the pandemic about this pent-up travel demand and how once the floodgates open, we'll see this huge influx of travelers. Now that the borders have reopened and travel has resumed in full, would you say that that has been the case for the US with travelers from Canada in particular?
Oh, no, certainly it sure has. We pay attention to a lot of the statistics that are rolling through every single month. And I actually have some figures to share regarding that altogether. And this is actually from the Conference Board of Canada. In January and February of this year, 4.76 million Canadians returned home from an overnight trip to the United States. Of that, 3.1 million, sorry, not from the United States, and other destinations. Of that, 3.1 million have actually come in from Canada to the States. That's 90% of what has been recorded in 2019. Which is just absolutely fantastic, and showing that, with the borders open and that pent up demand there, that people they're coming across and coming strong and strong and strong. Again, I go back to what we had talked about and me traversing over with the travel agents. They're seeing that, and with now the border being open and all flight restrictions being released, those numbers are just projected to go up and up and up, which is fantastic for us, here at Brand USA.
That's really amazing to hear. A huge difference from, those dark days of the pandemic when everything was locked down and no one could go anywhere. But you know what? Throughout the pandemic, Brand USA really remained visible among the trade. I know you hosted a training day and several virtual conferences and events. Now that everything has pretty much returned to normal, how will you be engaging with travel agents now?
I've only been at Brand USA for actually just shy of 6 months now. Brand USA's never had somebody from the headquarter office or DC office that's been dedicated to the trade. So I made it a point, and my team has made it a point that we're visible and out and about as much as possible. I had talked earlier about doing our road show. We were showcasing a movie, and we still are. Actually, I fly out tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. to Vancouver. But I've been traversing all over Canada, showcasing our movie Into Nature's Wild. We started in Ottawa, we were in Halifax, then went to Winnipeg, then Edmonton, Calgary, and then out to Vancouver tomorrow. Really what we're doing is making sure that we're creating a presence in market. I'm actually going at the end of this month back up to Toronto, and we'll be doing in-person trainings. We've signed up for conferences, which we've never done before in market, which I'll be going to in September. And we're looking for ways to engage with the trade and seeking feedback and giving the trade a little bit more of what they're looking for in regard to support. So there's a lot going on. There's still some things that I can't disclose that are going to be coming in the works in the near future, and working with certain partners. And I do actually training webinars every single month. I've got one in next week that'll be happening with some of our partners from the states and cities and so on and so forth. So we're going to continue that momentum and keep the in-person meetings going. The trade has told me outright, this is really great. Thank you for being here and supporting us and showing that support. So we want to keep that momentum. We want to keep that going, and that's kind of the preliminary plan for the time being. And if I look a little tired, it is because I am tired. I've been, flying around all over Canada, coming back to Boston area here. So yeah, we're going to keep a presence in market, and work strategically with our partners like Travelweek and so on and so forth.
It's great to hear. Nothing beats that face-to-face interaction. That's what everyone says. So save the dates, everyone. Let's switch gears and talk about travel trends. The pandemic brought to life all these new travel trends, whether it was demand for wide open spaces or longer stays or multi-gen travel. Are you seeing smaller destinations, the cities beyond New York and Orlando, get a bump in visitor numbers because of these new trends?
I know we certainly are. And, it's a big part of what we're doing right now at Brand USA, especially in the Canadian market, which is our largest market as far as traveler volume. What we're trying to do is get Canadians beyond the gateways. But we are seeing that, without beyond our own marketing efforts to get travelers beyond the gateways, we're seeing that Canadians are looking for those wide open spaces. So there's definitely an uptick into the national parks that we're seeing, these secondary destinations that are outside the gateways, or people are going, beyond Las Vegas and going to see Southern Utah, different places of Arizona, touching into Colorado, and so on and so forth. So we are seeing those upticks, which is really exciting. For me, especially, I'm a big outdoors guy. So, I spend a lot of time up in the mountains and the lakes, and, it's great to see that, there are plenty of travelers that are looking to do that. And we have so much diversity in the United States too, that you can go and see all of these different places.
All really good alternatives to those bigger cities. So hopefully agents can now pass along some recommendations to their clients. Now, a final word, Casey, to our agents watching. What do you want them to know heading into the busy summer season?
What I want them to know is, with these borders openings that are there, look into different ways. And I'd say this coming off of what I've been having and engaging in conversations as I've literally traversed the entire, country of Canada. The movie we're showcasing is becoming an inspiring thing. Step outside of what is normal for you. Might be the easy, quick ways. Utilize the resources that we have at Brand USA to showcase different diverse spaces. We have tools like Road Trips USA, which are essentially exactly what they sound like. They're road trips. You can plug in any destination that your client may be interested in, any state, city, and we will help you. We give you the tools and resources that showcase everything that is there. And then it's a bookable product at the end of the day too. So look beyond those gateways, think outside the box, beyond what's a little bit easy. And know that we here at Brand USA will give you those tools and resources to help sell more travel into the States beyond the gateways, really at the end of the day, and have fun with it. We're a big nation, much like you, and it's so diverse and it offers so much. So yeah, have fun and enjoy all that we have to offer.
Some really good advice and good support for our agents. So thank you very much for sharing all that. It's been a pleasure talking to you, Casey. Thank you so much for taking the time today.
Oh, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And thank you to all the travel agents out there as well for all of your hard work. It's been a weird 3 years is what I tell everybody. So thank you for sticking with it. And thank you for all that you do. It's not easy sometimes. And look forward to working further with you.
Agreed. Now, let's check in with Catherine, who's with a very special guest.
Thank you, Casey. I was actually just at IPW in San Antonio, this big tourism conference, and it's just amazing to see the diversity and all the different tourism products that the U.S. has to offer, from the beaches to the mountains to the luxury to the family travel. It just really has something for everyone. So, Brand USA has very generously donated a $400 Visa gift card for one lucky winner out there. And the winner is Maureen Bennett from Travelweek Travel Group. So make yourself known in the chat and we'll get you your $400 MasterCard. And we're now going to see a quick video from somewhere in the U.S., the beautiful state of Wyoming.
Hello, Travelweek, agents, Devon, and Canada. My name is Jim Wallenberg with the Wyoming Office of Tourism. Wyoming is known as the cowboy state. There's no better way to experience that cowboy culture than staying at a dude ranch. Either a working dude ranch where you can get your hands dirty, or a luxurious dude ranch with fine dining. After you stay at a Dude Ranch, be sure to hit one of our iconic destinations like Yellowstone National Park, Grand Teton National Park, or Devil's Tower National Monument. Truly something to behold. Hop on a scenic byway and enjoy beautiful vistas and deep wilderness. Along the way, you might be lucky enough to see some wildlife as well. After all that, be sure to stop by some of our more well-known towns like Jackson, Sheridan, or Cheyenne. But also, be sure to get off the beaten path, because some things can't be explained, only experienced. Thank you, Travel Week.
Hi, I'm Catherine, and thanks for joining us. I'm here with Christine Karst, who is co-founder, co-owner, and executive vice president of AMA Waterways. Hi, Christine.
Hello, Catherine. Thanks so much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. I'll get right into it. I know that ever since AMA Waterways started, you have been on board with travel advisors in a very big way, and it's been to your benefit for your cruise line and also to the travel advisors' benefit. And I know they sell a lot of AMA Waterways. Can you tell us why are travel advisors so important to AMA Waterways, and why are they such an effective partner for you?
Well, that's a wonderful question. Thanks so much for leading in with this. Since the founding of AMA Waterways over 20 years ago, travel advisors have been at the heart of our company, contributing over 95% of our business, supporting the continuous education needs of our travel advisors and empowering them with the sales and marketing tools to grow their river cruise business has always been a major focus of our company. And we accomplish this through many innovative ways, including our AMA Academy courses, our weekly Webinar Wednesday series, which we have done now for the last 3 years. We started when COVID started, and we have been consistent with our travel advisors, and we continue this way because it works. And of course, through our in-person learning, doing FEM sailings hosted by our sales and marketing executives. So we call them our seminars on the river. We want our relationships with our travel advisors to always grow stronger. And we continue to invest in their business. We participate to amazing events like the recent Asta River Cruise Expo in Budapest, where we showcased 3 of our beautiful ships, allowing our travel advisors to not just come on board our ships and check them out, but also have lunches, dinners there, evening parties, entertainment, and of course, gain the confidence and expertise in what sets AMA Waterways apart.
That's incredible. That's good to know. And that 95% figure is amazing. I'm sure that a lot of those bookings are for Europe. Obviously, the bulk, the vast majority will be for Europe. Do you want to tell me, I know you just kicked off AMA Waterways 2023 Europe season just a short while ago. Do you want to talk about Europe? Do you want to talk about how many ships you have in Europe this season? What are the highlights and sort of, what are some of anything interesting about the Europe season this year that's surprising you?
Yeah, of course, Europe is always the #1 continent where everyone wants to travel, and there's no difference in 2023. 2023 started with a record level of reservations taking, especially in January. And the pandemic has called into focus the simple things in life, like the joy of creating memories with families and friends. And travelers want to make up for the lost time. So travel is definitely back, and river cruising is stronger than ever. But I also want to say this is the same for Africa. We are cruising there the Nile River and the Chobe River, and of course also Asia, the Mekong River. Now back to Europe. We have 22 ships sailing in Europe this year, and a lot of them are already full. But there is some space left, so there's always a chance for our travel advisors to get the next booking done. There is a growing interest in smaller, unique, less visited places, and there has been a shift from guests wanting to visit only well-known, bigger centers to them being attracted to the smaller, unique and less visited places. So from all those big capitals of Europe to those quaint villages, looking, for instance, at the Moselle River with the steepest vineyards in the world, and so much more. We have seen a real increase in the demand for the lower Danube region, and especially the Gems of Southeast Europe itinerary, taking guests from Budapest, Hungary to Bucharest, Romania, with a post-cruise land package in Istanbul. But also our Christmas time cruises are extremely popular. And this comes, of course, with the pent-up demand because Christmas markets were closed for the last 3 years or 2.5, and now everyone would like to explore the magic of Christmas in Europe again. And we are seeing a growing interest in food and wine, which is becoming an even more important part of how travelers want to experience the destination, not only on shore, but also on board. And we reflect that in our menus and wine choices. So we serve the finest local wines and, of course, dishes from the region we are cruising through. And we have recently added a new itinerary in France. It's called Flavors of Burgundy. And this one really immerses guests into the rich culture and historical elements of this beautiful region.
That sounds so exciting, and I know that as much as travel advisors, I already know, how wonderful your Europe season will be. Just hearing you describe it just makes it sort of come alive. So that's great. I want to talk about another part of the world now that is very exciting also for AMA Waterways. It is, of course, Colombia in South America, and I know that your company is launching cruises there with 2 ships, and I think travel advisors are very excited about it. Can you tell us, what are you hearing from travel advisors? What are you hearing from maybe from their clients? And what are you seeing in terms of advanced bookings for Colombia?
Yeah, everyone is extremely excited about Colombia. We are so pleased with the reaction of our guests and our travel advisors. So they are as excited as we are to explore this magical destination because we are pioneers again, and we open up new opportunities for our travel advisors and for our guests. So there's an increase in the demand for deep cultural immersion when traveling abroad. And AMA Waterways itineraries are curated with the help of local experts and tour guides, bringing guests to unique sites only a local would know to visit. AMA Waterways is the first major river cruise line setting sail for the Magdalena River. The Magdalena River is the heart and the spine of Colombia. Our ship architect, Camilo, he is from Medellin in Colombia, and he created actually the structures in the botanical garden in Colombia, and he's also a guest professor at Harvard University. So much we can talk about this, and we cannot wait to show our guests and our valued travel partners all these hidden gems of the destination. The demand is very high. Group space is already filling up, and that's on both ships. We have 2 small ships, the AMA Magdalena and the AMA Melodia, running 7-night cruises between Cartagena and Barranquilla, where I feel we offer everything what all the other destinations offer between Europe, Asia, and Africa. It is culture, history, it is great food, it is the biodiversity when it comes to nature, dances, it is the rhythms of the country, the music. So we are very, very excited about this.
Well, I know that travel advisors cannot wait to start booking and I know they already are booking the Magdalena River cruises, and it's something that's going to work really well for everyone, including groups, as you mentioned.
Okay, our final round of prizes. First, we have 2 nights in Hollywood. Yay, another exciting overnight trip. And we are giving that to Amy Callie of the Travel Agent Next Door. Yay, Amy. Next, we have a $250 gift card generously donated by Via Rail. Of course, a very lovely way to get around this beautiful country of ours. And that is going to go to Brittany Caseta. Brittany, yay, congratulations. Make yourself known in the chat. And finally, for all you agents that live in Burlington, we are going to give you a $10 voucher to Montford's Mediterranean Fresh, an amazing, amazing restaurant that I eat at all the time. So I hope you can enjoy a delicious meal. And I thank you all for being here today. We went through some pretty dark times, but, we're back, baby. The travel industry is booming again. We're all super busy. So I hope you feel genuinely appreciated, from the bottom of our hearts here at Travel Week. You're our readers. We have so much love and respect for you. We hope it is a great year, 2023. And I hope that we have shown you the appreciation that you deserve today. Thank you so much. Stay tuned to Travel Week for all the latest news, and see you at the next Future of Travel event.